Brothers and sisters, citizens of Israel, before the holidays, Israel and the United States launched a joint operation, Operation Roaring Lion. The goal of the operation: to put an end to the threat from the Ayatollah regime in Iran. At this moment, the IDF is striking targets of the repressive regime, facilities of the Revolutionary Guards and the besieged, and together with the United States, sites of ballistic missiles that threaten both Israel and U.S. forces. This operation will continue for as long as necessary. For 47 years, the evil regime in Iran has called death to Israel, death to America. It has crushed the citizens of its own country, it has cast fear upon the peoples of the region, and it has spread a sprawling network of terror throughout the entire world. It has invested vast resources to develop atomic bombs and tens of thousands of missiles intended, as it defined it, to erase Israel from the map of the world. It also armed the terror proxies around us, in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and Judea and Samaria, and it shed our blood. But if anyone needed further proof of the murderous nature of the Ayatollah regime, they received it last month. Because we all saw how this regime of terror in Tehran carried out an unprecedented mass massacre of the citizens of Iran itself. It murdered in cold blood thousands of children, adults, and elderly. Tens of thousands were imprisoned, tortured, humiliated. And why? Only because they asked for a life of freedom and dignity for themselves. In the War of Revival and in Operation Dogs of War, our heroic soldiers struck a crushing blow to the Ayatollah regime and its proxies, but the wounded predator did not cease its attempts to rehabilitate itself for that same goal to destroy us. In recent months, the tyrants in Iran have been plotting to rebuild their nuclear and missile capabilities and hide them underground, where we cannot harm them. If we do not stop them now, they will be immune. And for this purpose, their representatives in negotiations are trying to buy time in futile and deceitful negotiations with our American friends. But the tyrants in Iran made a fatal mistake, because the United States does not buy their lies. And we will not sit idly by while the shadow of annihilation hangs over us, and therefore we have now launched Operation Roaring Lion, an action that is far more powerful than Operation Dogs of War, which was very powerful. We are doing this in full cooperation with our friends in the United States, under the brave leadership of President Trump. Together with the United States, we will strike the terror regime hard. We will create conditions that will allow the brave Iranian people to throw off the yoke of this murderous regime. During Operation Dogs of War, I was asked many times if toppling the regime was the goal of the operation in addition to removing the nuclear and missile threat. And I answered that this was not the goal, but it could certainly be the result, and indeed that is exactly what happened when millions of Iranians took to the streets. And now they are given the opportunity to take their fate into their own hands. Citizens of Israel, like in Dogs of War, also in Roaring Lion, we will all need patience and fortitude, because there will be costs, and perhaps heavy costs. But I know what wonderful powers are hidden within our people, what wonderful powers are hidden within you, citizens of Israel. Since the War of Revival began, we have stood together, and today too we will stand together with heroism, in brotherly love, with mutual responsibility. I ask all of you, strictly follow the home front command instructions, because you already know, these instructions save lives. Challenging days are ahead of us. Every military action involves risk, but the risk of not acting is infinitely greater. Because if we do not act, we will get a nuclear Iran, an Iran with tens of thousands of ballistic missiles, an Iran that will act to destroy us and be immune to our counteractions. As a people desiring life, we have no choice but to go into battle. Except that this time we are doing it with the tremendous combined power of the State of Israel and the United States of America. From here, I wish to address the citizens of Iran. You, citizens of Iran and the Iranian army, listen. You are not our enemies, and we are not your enemies. We have a common enemy. The murderous cult of the mullahs that has taken over you through the repressive forces of the Revolutionary Guards and the besieged. They are the ones who brought your wonderful country down, brought it down to the depths of despair. They are the ones who have failed you and your children. Therefore, in full coordination with my friend, the President of the United States, I say to you, anyone who lays down their weapons, including among the regime forces, will ensure their safety and secure their future. The Iranian people, in all its parts, the Persians, the Kurds, the Azeris, the Baloch, the Abkhazians, and all other citizens of this wonderful nation, this is your opportunity to establish a new and free Iran. Take your fate into your own hands. Raise your heads, lift them to the sky, our forces are there. The free world is all coming to your aid. Help has arrived. And I believe the day will not be far when Israel and a free Iran will sit side by side for the benefit of security and peace, for the benefit of progress and prosperity. Citizens of Israel, I wish to thank from the bottom of my heart the President of the United States Donald Trump, the American people, the American Army. President Trump is not only the greatest friend of Israel in the White House of all time, he is also a determined leader of the free world. He leaves a gaze towards the coming generations, decides what is good for America, and then acts out of responsibility and courage. Together we bring a great light to all who possess the aspiration for human freedom. On your behalf, citizens of Israel, I salute the commanders and soldiers of the IDF, our Air Force, the Intelligence Directorate, the Mossad, the men and women of the security forces, the men and women of the rescue forces. I salute them for their courage and the strength of their actions, and I say to you, an entire nation stands behind you, an entire nation carries a prayer for your success, my brothers and sisters. In 2 days we will celebrate the holiday of Purim. 2,500 years ago in ancient Persia, an oppressor rose against us with the exact same goal, to completely destroy our people. But Mordecai the Jew and Queen Esther, with their bravery and resourcefulness, saved our people. In those days of Purim, the die was cast, and Haman the wicked fell along with it. Also today, on the holiday of Purim, the die is cast, and the end of the wicked regime is destined to fall as well. The prophet Amos says, "A lion has roared, who will not fear?" In the operation of the lion's roar, we who roar towards Israel, fear not, for the lion's cub has risen. We will stand as one person with one heart, and with God's help, we will ensure the eternity of Israel.